religion points you at, the ideal. And the ideal is precisely that. The ideal is to free slaves. And do you have the Quran on you? No, you don't. There is a verse in the Quran, and I wanted, can you bring me Quran quickly, please? There's a verse in the Quran that points at the ideal. Like, this is the best. This is what you have to do.
Yeah, what I don't get is why you... It's not like... I mean, it's not like in the Ten Commandments it says it's best not to kill people.
Yeah.
It just says don't kill people.
Yeah, but
it doesn't say it's best not to kill people.
No, but you see that.
You know?
Don't kill people.
Yeah.
That so if you're in your home, and I presume that's your husband, and there's someone who comes to intrude and do you harm, and your husband uses force to fend him off, and by fending the intruder off, the person dies. Do you reckon that commandment fits?
Well, I'm not like, it's always in a context.
Yeah.
Everything is in a context, but still, I do think, even in that case, maybe you shouldn't defend.
Well, you should allow it to be killed.
Maybe you should.
But where's the natural right of defense? Then, if you should...
Why should my life be more valuable than somebody else's life?
Well, then we in secular argument, then the slave might say, why should I rebel against being taken as a slave?
Because freedom, every man is free.
Yeah.
I'm saying every life is equal.
Yeah.
So everybody should be free. Everybody should be free.
Yeah, and you should also be free in your house without any harm and
what
peace.
Is freedom? What is, if I kill somebody who, of course, I'd rather not be killed.
Yeah.
But if it happens, I mean, why should I be, this is just, I'm here for just a couple of days.
Yeah.
I'm made for eternity.
Sure.
Who cares?
Yeah. No, but
and if somebody wants to take my house,
yeah.
Take my house.
No, I'm not saying taking your house.
No, but do you get? I mean,
I understand what you're saying.
As soon as I get angry and want to defend, that means I want to own and possess something.
No, but you're defending your children. Your children are there. It's a matter of life and death.
Yes, but still,
you will defend your children. You're not going to allow the intruder to kill your children.
I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Happily, I've never been in that situation.
Yeah.
But I do think.
No, but you don't.
If I would really,
Yeah.
if if I would be truly like Jesus. Truly like God. If I would be eternal love, if I would have that immense amount of forgiveness, which I don't have because I'm human.
Yeah.
But what would I do? I don't know. But I would
my Muslim brother
hope that I would choose love, which I don't really know what that means, but I do hope that always I would choose love and not fighting, defending, beating, but keeping people, owning people.
But you see, the Ten Commandment, the Ten Commandment has more to do with ideal. The most ideal thing is do not kill. However, we know this is life. There are scenarios where this happens and you didn't mean to do it, right? And that's what I'm trying to say. The same thing in Islam. Look, it talks about.
But then you talk about mercy and forgiveness.
Yeah.
That we all know that we make mistakes.
Yeah.
But it's a mistake.
Yeah. Correct.
But if the Bible would say, I understand that you sometimes kill, or the best is not to do it. It's not. But when we go back to slavery, it would mean that having a slave, in a way, would be sinful.
Yeah.
If you would keep the parallel with the Christian faith.
Yeah.
So it would be still something that you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
So that's the. But it's different takes.
But
what I really hope is that no matter what our faith is, that we will always choose love.
Sure. And it's the most beautiful. But in reality, we're confronted with more emotions than just love. We're confronted with hate. We're confronted with paranoia and all these things. And I believe that makes life even more interesting. Because if life was just about love, then you would not understand love for what love is. Because the only reason why you understand love is because you understand what hate is, right?
You understand what suffering is.
Suffering is.
You understand that? I think for you and I, our answer to that should always be love.
Of course, it's love. Of course.
To show what the source is of what we think life is all about.
I do agree. I do agree.
And I think that's where we can find each other.
Yes.
On all other levels, we might dispute.
Yeah.
But I think in love and grace,
Yeah.
we will level.
But like what I was trying to say was that, so I have this very beautiful verse, right? And it's really about ideals, you know? Like there are certain ideals we should aim for. I don't know. There's certain ideas we should aim for, and then there are certain things that humans do. And depending on who you are, some people are closer to the target than others, right? And I believe that a God has to include everyone, right? Like a God can't just include the best, because the best will aim for the best. But then what about all these other people who fall short? What is their mode of existence? You see, and the Quran talks about this. It says here, look, righteousness is not that you turn your face towards the east or the west, but true righteousness is in the one who believes in Allah, the last day, the angels, the book, and the prophets, and gives wealth in spite of love for it. The relatives, orphans, and the needy, the travelers, those who ask for help, and for freeing slaves. And establishes prayer and gives zakat. Those who fulfill their promise when they promise, and those who are patient in poverty and hardship, enduring and battle. Those who are the ones who have been true, and as those who are righteous. So we have the clearly freeing slave. It's righteousness.
Wake up, be sober.
You know, it's
So I think there, you know, it's the same.
Yeah.
In Christianity, we have it a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
It's say the biggest law is to love God. And everybody else.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's the same.
Yeah.
So I do think in love we meet.
Yeah.
And we should hold on to that.
I truly, and this is all, that's what, where are you guys from, Holland?
Yeah.
Good.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Can I just read this verse to your husband before he leaves? Yeah?